Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a quick DIY for some of you pet parents out there. So what I made is called a Snuffle Mat. I'll show you the finished product right now. And basically it's just a mat with fleece all over it that you hide treats down in it and then they sniff around with their nose and kind of root them out. So I got the idea for this from Dogster magazine. I saw this picture in there and they described this mat and I thought that would be perfect. My dogs are highly food motivated. So basically they just sniff around and find the treats. The retail ones, go between like $30 and $50. So of course I tried to see if I could find a DIY. I did manage to find a tutorial and I will put the link to that in my description bar in case you want to go and check it out. But I am just going to walk you through real quick what I did to make it. It's simple and it's affordable. It does take time, about 2 hours to make, but it's a good thing to do like while you're watching TV. So let me show you what you're going to need. So first up, you're going to need a sink mat, and I just picked this one up at Walmart. As long as it has holes, they could be square holes like a grid or round holes like this, and this one was about $6.50. And then for this specific size one, I just made it with a yard of fleece, and this fleece was $3.47 a yard, so I came in under $10 per mat, and of course I'm making 2 of them, 1 for each. And they said with the fleece, make sure it's not super thick, so you actually can go with the cheaper fleece. So then we're going to cut this into strips, and I have a trick that I use which I found easier, so I'm going to show that to you guys too. Okay, so I've got the fleece laid out on the floor in front of me, and you can see that. And I did by cutting long strips down. Instead of trying to cut each strip single, I'm going to make one really long strip, which is going to make it a lot easier to do the trick I show you. Okay, so I made all my strips about 1 inch wide is what I did, and I just used scissors. I don't know if one of those rolling cutters that you use for quilting would work on fleece, but if it did, that might be an easier way. You could just lay a straight line and just roll down it. It'd save a lot of time. But what I did was I made a little template here, and this is just using the paper from the sink mat. So I made mine 6 inches long and 1 inch wide, and instead of measuring each one of these separately, I just put it on here and I wrapped it around, almost like I was going to make a tassel, and then I just trimmed each end, and you get a whole bunch of strips at once this way. So you can see this is just one length of the fabric still, making all these little pieces. And then I just held it and trimmed them loose on each end. And then I'll show you guys what's going to take the most time is knotting it through. It's like a giant cross stitch. So you've got all your strips. You're going to do that to the entire yard of fleece. And then once you do, you're just going to weave them through each one. So I'm just going to do the first one here and show you guys. And I like working from the back. So you're going to work from the back, then I can just flip it over. You're going to just tie one knot. It doesn't have to be a double knot. One will do. And then you're just going to do that all along. And this is the finished one here. You're going to see you do it across and then you do it like down. So each one is going to have like 3 or 4 pieces of fabric going through the hole depending on where. If it's an outside hole, it's going to have like 3. If it's in the center here, you'll see each one has 4. It takes about 2 hours, but I really think they're going to enjoy these. And this is going to give me something to keep busy during the Super Bowl. I will be making a Snuffle Mat. So I'm going to get working on this, and when they're finished, I will put a video in to show you guys my dogs enjoying it. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure if you want to make one, you go in the description box and follow that link. It'll give you like close-up pictures of how to weave it and everything. But actually, it's really easy. So thank you guys for watching. Okay, so I've got both the mats finished, and now I'm just going to hide some kibble in it. And I'm just using Wellness small bites. And because they're going to eat in a little bit, I'm only going to hide like 10 pieces in each one. And we'll see how they like it. They mentioned in the beginning you might want to just try setting it on top to give them the idea. So I'm just going to kind of put them in there loosely. You see some of them. And then as they get better at it, you can actually bury them down in it. So let's set these on the ground and see what they think. So they really seem to like it. She's getting right into it. And there's Jordan. would say that turned out well. It was a good DIY. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it.